guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm a Russian-American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials of affordable and expensive makeup from drugstore, various websites. I'll test it on my face, I'll pass the savings to you guys. This video is slightly different. I'm testing an indie brand that most people never heard about, and these are very dear to me because they are my people, they're Russian. So I'm testing Tammy Tanuka Sigil inspired brand. It's all indie brand. Beautiful loose pigments, shimmery, glittery shades, everything. So we're gonna be doing this look. I'm gonna show you the swatches, a bunch of pigments that I got a lot, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about this at the end. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring notification bell so you get notified of every new video upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. Do follow me on Instagram, Twitter, the links are down in the description box, as well as my Patreon group. So like this video, comment, and let's get right into this. So I found out about this brand from my friend Teresa. As usual, she finds all kind of interesting things. I'm gonna list her channel here. She's a beautiful Irish person. If you don't know her, I don't know what's wrong with you. She does a lot of reviews from indie brands and high-end makeup, and she does releases and rants videos all about the new makeup releases. And one of the makeup releases videos talked about this brand called Tammy Tanuka, and they're inspired by sigil. I didn't know what sigil means, so I googled it. And sigil, it says it's a sign or symbol. Sigil is a type of symbol used in ritual magic. The term has usually referred to a type of pictorial signature of a jinn or other entity. In modern usage, especially in the context of chaos magic, sigil refers to symbolic representation of the practitioner's desired outcome. Interesting. And this is all very fascinating to me because I've been watching a lot of TV shows, like a mystical, magical TV show, so I'm like, ooh, this is so interesting. Anyway, so about the website, the whole website looks very interesting with all those pictures of mystical creatures. Here's the goat. It says meh. Literally, it does say meh. Anyway, so the packaging is very pretty. The shift looks interesting. It's very, very on brand, magic inspired. So it says we are one of the biggest representative of the brand. This is the store, and we're working with the brand and producer. I mean, I'm just translating directly from Russian because when you click, there is an English and Russian. When you click to English, it translates the word about in English, about, and then it's still in Russian under. I found this hilarious, but anyway, it's not a problem for me, it's a problem for y'all. So they have a mystical theme set for every palette. It's not a palette, it says a set of eyeshadow. So when I saw a set, I assumed it was a palette, but it's actually a set of, literally a set of pots. So when I received it, I'm like, well, blonde moments keep coming, and it's my own fault. Yeah, so every week they have different theme, so they have to look at the theme of the week to see what it is. So here are the different themes. There are bugs, there are goats, things. It says brand sigil inspired. Tammy Tanuka I almost started to say Sozden, which is in Russian, was designed in 2012 and became one of the leading manufacturers in this field. It's a handmade cosmetic. It's an original concept. The creator of the brand, Tammy Tanuka, she's the artist, photographer, colorist, and author of well, it says she's an author of the imaginary universe. I would translate it. I guess she likes, the mystery, the fantasy kind of world, so she created her own fantasy world, I can imagine. Every shade has its own name and a fairy tale story. So you choose in the shade and you put on makeup, and now you're not Svetlana from Chelyabinsk, but you're a mysterious creature, whatever, I can't translate it. Anyway, so the whole concept is create fantasy. I like it actually. I really love the fantasy kind of concept. So Tammy Tanuka, the owner of the brand, she says that initially she was the co-owner of the small makeup store in Moscow, and it has its own story, and that story started the brand. I guess she got into makeup. At that time, they had the bright Chinese palettes that were very popular. I know what she means there. Chinese makeup. Oh my god, my baby came. Be careful, baby. As I'm talking about the brand, my baby came to say hello and almost fell off. Baby, you almost destroyed the lights. Do you know that? Oh, baby, you're getting hungry, aren't you? Oh, baby. This is my baby Shangela, short as Shanji. He's a male kitty, but I named him after a drag queen, so there it goes. Okay, bye. Don't come back. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. So yeah, she says at that time the bright, colorful Chinese cheap palettes were very popular. I think they're always popular though, that's why I was laughing. So they sold that in their store. And once she was looking at the palette of 240 colors. I can imagine one of those cheap, huge palettes. And she thought, there's so many colors. But I can't see the one that I want. And then I tried to create the shade by mixing the eyeshadow. That was my first experiment. And then I understood that I need raw materials, because picking into the cheap palette was not very good perspective for me. That was funny. I was thinking about the palette, more cohesive combination of colors, I would say. I mean, I'm just translating from Russian like directly as I'm reading, so it's very difficult. And something that goes with my appearance and my looks and my friends. And then in winter 2012, I ordered a small box of ingredients, handmade cosmetics from USA. Interesting. So she orders from here, I'm buying from here, like hello. Had mica, they had shimmer, pigments, and different textures to create eyeshadows. I guess she made it from raw materials from US. That's very interesting. And she started the brand. I'm not gonna like read everything, but that's pretty much basically the story. This inspires me. I need to start doing the same thing, but I would probably make perhaps eyeshadow because I just hate loose ones. So that's the story. So in my order, I ordered 2 different sets. It's a set of either 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8 shades, and one is 5 shades. And then I ordered a bunch of loose pigments, like separate pigments. And the price varies because the price depends on what kind of shade. If it's like a duochrome or multichrome, it's going to be more expensive. Like you can see the colors on the fingers, it's very good pictures actually. So that really, really sold me. The total was a lot actually. With shipping was like 80 something dollars, I think, or 90. I mean, I went ham. I ordered 20 something pigments. I mean, yeah. I mean, consider how much I ordered, it wasn't that bad. In the next clip, you're going to see the swatches. I did it on my own arms because my husband's arms were not good enough for this pretty eyeshadows. Anyway, he was my filmographer, to be exact. So I wanted to do live swatches so you can see how it actually applies. I did put concealer first because they're loose pigments, they just wouldn't stick otherwise. So you'll see me swatch all of them. I'm just gonna do voiceover so you see what I'm swatching. This is my order. If you guys are interested, you can slow this down and take notes. There's things in Russian, but this is the only way I can show you what I ordered because the names are very hard to read on the containers themselves. They're very small, so when you see the swatches, I'm not going to be able to say what is what. And these are the packages. They're real pretty. This is how it came, those two sets. So one of them is called the coat with the green lining. Another one is Northern Lights. So this is the coat. I think I'm starting with the Northern Lights, if I remember correctly. It has 8 shades. My husband was filming, so I'm just doing all of them at the same time. On the concealer, yes, I have concealer on. As you can see, they come out nicely when you have a base, but they look even better if you use some setting spray, anything to spray a brush. They come out even more fabulous because this is just half of what they can look like. When I was doing the tutorial, you'll see when I spray them with wet brush, with the setting spray, it's gonna look great. So this is the first set, 8 colors. Of course I picked the purples and the greens. I love this kind of colors, pinks, purples, greens, blues. Yeah, that's Northern Lights. Really pretty. So now this is the second set, 5 colors. Coat with a green lining. So that's purple and green again. I'm very predictable. It's all purple, pink, and green, pretty much. And a little blue. Some of them are duochromes and multichromes. So actually, when I turn my arm around, you might be able to see that there is a reflex of blue, purple, and green at the same time. They're really, really beautiful. And this last one is just glitter. I think they're like glitter flakes. As you can see, some reflex. Yeah, they're really pretty. There's only one matte in that set. So those are just loose pigments that I ordered separately. Yeah, the first two were in a set, and this is separate pigments. Some of them are duochromes, multichromes. Some of them are glittery, just glitter, like glittery shimmers, I guess. It's hard to tell when in a little pot like that, and with a cover on top of the pot and the name of the shade, it's so hard to read. That's the only problem I have with them. It's you don't know what is what. There, in other words. And some of them, as you can see on the table, the flakes, they're not really easy to use. I mean, they're for nails. I thought I was going to be able to use them in my eyes. And I complained about it all the way. Here are the flakes. It's hard to sample, swatch the flakes because they don't really want to stick to the base. It's best to use them with a glitter glue. Yeah. But you can see a little bit. They're all multichromy, duochromy. The blues, reds, purples, greens, yellow, golds, and more blue, purple. I got 5 of these. Some greens and golds right here. They're so pretty. And just pure gold. Most of them are shimmers. So there's only one matte eyeshadow I got. Yeah, very, very pretty. So I'm going to list the website in the description box, and I'm going to link the 2 sets of eyeshadows that I ordered also, and I'm gonna try to I'm not gonna try to list every single one of them because I would be really, really pain in the behind. But if I'm able to, I'm gonna list each and every one of these pigments. But it's a lot though, so we'll see how I feel about it. So let's get into the tutorial and the final thoughts at the end. So I did a little something on the side. I'm going to start priming with just a regular pot concealer. This is Catrice. This is a concealer cream with full coverage, blah blah. You know, I find that my eyelids have been so dry lately, so I need something more creamy than the primer. And these are all loose pigments, and I want them to really perform and stick, so I'm using this. And as usual, I block the tails of my eyebrow tattoo, and we're gonna make this look extra fabulous. Now, I'm not testing all of them, of course, but I'm testing quite a few. And I did not realize that a lot of them were shimmers. They looked matte-ish, and honestly, I don't even remember what I wore. And it turns out there is only one true matte shade, like one. The rest of them slightly shimmery, but I'm gonna go with all of them, even with shimmers, just to test and see how they apply. So I'm going to start on a Spectrum brush, and this is Spectrum A12. These fluffy but dense brushes are good for packing, so I'm being very careful. I didn't realize that these were loose pigments. I thought that a lot of them were pressed eyeshadow, but you know, that's just me not paying attention. So now I probably repressed them all. So this is called Помнящее имя ворона, which means in English the crow that remembered your name, something like that. Very odd names, and it's like a dark purple, but it has a little bit of shimmer in it. But it doesn't look too shimmery, so I can apply it in my outer corner. Very pigmented. I mean, it's like extreme pigment. And I'm gonna go right into the low lash line immediately. We're gonna clean this up later. But as you can see, it is extremely creamy and pigmented. I don't have any issue this not sticking to the brush. I kind of looked this up on YouTube before I started filming, and I think I saw somebody saying that they had trouble with eyeshadow getting picked up by brush or fingers. I have no issues with that. It gets picked up very easily. No problems at all. It's just, you know, messy. But other than that, it's a loose pigment. What do you want? So now I'm gonna go into another purple. That's the only matte, actually, the only true matte. But this one is not extremely shimmery, so it actually works. So I'm gonna go into the only true matte purple. Can you tell I bought so many purples because I love purple and pinks. So this one is called Incognita, which is the same thing in Amnia language, Incognito. So this is like matte, the true matte purple. So I'm just gonna mattify this shadow a little bit. This one is brighter purple. Well, you saw all of this in the swatches before. The thing is, now that I moved them around, I have no idea which one came from what set. I thought I was gonna separate them and remember, but you know, good luck with that. So, I'm going to dip into this one a little bit. Oh, this one's called Revnivica. I could not read that. The letters are hard to read, which means a jealous one. So I'm gonna just go into the same brush, just shake it off slightly. This is a lighter purple. I did not do this step on the other eye, by the way, but the other eye I tried so many things there because I wasn't sure what's gonna work, so I'm just gonna keep going. Well, that didn't do much difference because the first one was so dark. So now I'm gonna switch the brushes. I'm gonna go bigger brush, Spectrum B11. And I'm going to go into this light pink shade, but don't be fooled by this. This is the pink shift into blue. This one's a little more shimmery, but it's still usable. I try not to breathe into it because it flies everywhere. Definitely going to be repressing this. See, it doesn't look that pink. So blending this one into the other is very easy. Surprisingly, even though the stones don't look like they go, they blend very easy. Yeah, it's a little too much shimmer for this kind of place on my lid, but I wanted to try them all, as many as I could. So I'm gonna put this here, although ideally I wouldn't. So I cut my crease with the same cream concealer. Now we're going to highlight the brow bone. I did get one light color. This is called Flamingo Tears. And interestingly enough, this is like the name is in English, which is, I'm like, why is this one in English and the other ones are in Russian? Should be everything in Russian or something. I don't know. I'm using a small dress-up brush, 237. This is very pretty. It has a reflect, like a pink. I think it's like a white and pink. Looks like very beautiful. It's like a loose shimmery glittery eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna start to use some in the main lid, and I went for my usual favorite combination: purple, green, bluish, gold. I mean, what else can you expect from me? I love those kind of colors. So this very, very pretty duochrome, I think it's a duochrome, so it's like a green, blue, and pink. So this one is called Его изумрудная тень, which means his emerald shadow. So I'm gonna use a flat brush. That's a Morphe brush GS11. So I'm gonna dip this, and this works best if you spray it with any setting spray or any kind of water. I'm gonna use my primer water. And this is gonna be, oh, look at that. That is so pretty. Now I'm going to dip into yet another eyeshadow. This is Zmywaj się k Słońcu, which is raising to the sun, I guess. So I'm gonna just dip a corner of the same brush. And this is a beautiful, beautiful golden greenish kind of reflex. Look at that. Oh, girl. That is beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna use this. This is like a greenish glittery eyeshadow. I'm just gonna try to top it a little bit. And this is called Воскуревающая фимиам. I'm not really sure what that means. What kind of Russian am I? Alright, so I'm gonna try to spray this. Probably better use on glitter primer, but I don't feel like doing glitter primer right now. That's not bad. Gives a little bit of subtle glitter flakes. Now put LA Girl pencil on the waterline, and I use some liquid eyeliner. So now I'm dipping a little pencil brush into ABH glitter adhesive. Now, you're not supposed to do this, but a lot of times manufacturers say do not use an ice, and it's just perfectly fine. But I find with this one, it is true, you should not be using it on the eyes, because I tried on this whole eyelid. It was a crusty mess. I removed it, but you know, I'm an idiot, so I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna just use the smallest little amount and close by and try to stamp it. I did similar on the other eye with a little less precision. It's very difficult because it's not meant for the eyes. So when they say it's not meant for the eyes, they're not SHIT-ing you. And of course, I'm like, nah, I can use it anywhere I want. I mean, you could, but the texture is very rough on the eyes. So if you apply it all over the lid, it's almost like a wrinkled violet and created crust. So it's clearly too thick to be used on the eyes, but I use just lightly over the liner, so that will give a little bit of something extra without destroying my eyes. But I would not recommend this, of course, because they know what they're talking about. So don't do what I do what I say. Don't use it on my eyes. So I finished the look, did the full face of makeup, and I used Profusion foundation, if you're wondering, and concealer from Morphe, all kind of inexpensive products, cream products and powder, all drugstore. And the lips I used from Colored Rain. This is a very pretty color. That's my recent order in the color Bodacious. It's very pretty. I love the formula, by the way. Well, it's regardless. Anyway, let me zoom in so you can see the eyeshadow. So that's the look. I'm wearing Amazon eyelashes. To be honest, I put a little bit of liquid glitter eyeshadow to marry those flakes, because those flakes do not go well. I mean, when these people say do not use in the eyes, they mean the business. They don't really work. They're a little too chunky and thick. So it says for the nails, for the body, for the lips. I bet they would look good if you apply like on a balm, lip balm, on a lipstick, as a lipstick or something. Yeah, that would look nice. But other than that, the eyeshadows are incredibly pigmented and blend so easily. They're literally blended easy. I didn't show you off camera. I had a little boo boo here. I put those flakes all over the eyelid. I had to remove everything, so I didn't remove the here, the eyeshadow here, because I was being lazy. So I just took Q-tip and removed the main lid here, and then I fixed a little bit of purple matte eyeshadow and then just applied over. No patchiness, nothing. It's like I fixed all the blanks like without even reapplying, you know what I mean? It was like all mess and I just fixed it. So that's like incredible. I've never seen anything like this. I thought I was not going to be able to save it, and I saved it. So it blends easily, it works perfectly. The only thing I don't like is it's loose eyeshadow, but I should have known what I'm getting at. So I'll have to press it. But it's very, very, very good quality. It's probably the best quality eyeshadow I had. The loose eyeshadow I'm not familiar with, but this is very spectacular. So if you guys are into loose eyeshadow pigments, you should definitely give them a try. The shipping is expensive, I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. If you order it from US, I never order anything expensive like this, because I mean, my channel whole motto is budget friendly makeup, but I had to give my people a try. It's the first time I ever order Russian makeup from Russia, from a small indie brand. They just impressed me with the whole beautiful aesthetic of their website, the whole concept, this fairy tale kind of thing. I loved it. So I wanted to support the small Russian business, because I mean, hello, I'm Russian. So, but the shipping is pricey if you're from US. I'm not sure what's going to be if you're in UK, probably less. So you probably should check them out if you're in UK. But the value of each eyeshadow I think is not bad, although the prices are in rubles. But for like 400, 500, 250 rubles per little pot, I think it's very comparable to indie brands that sell duochromes. Like some of them sell each duochrome for like $12, $15, $18. So the prices are comparable or less, I think. So I think it's worth it. But I'm going to be pressing this. I'm definitely going to order some pressing kit and press them, because that's the only thing I have problem with. You can't really see what is what. And some of them, the names are printed, even if you speak Russian, they're printed so small, it's hard to read it. And then you don't know, if you don't know the name, you can see from the bottom what color it is, but not really, you have to open it. So it's easier to use it here pressed into a palette. So I'm just definitely gonna press them. So I've seen a lot of YouTube videos that people press this. If you look up Tammy Tanuka Sigil, whatever you pronounce it, it's a lot of people that pressing them, so I'm gonna do the same thing. So yeah, give them a try. I'm gonna list the website in the description box as usual. I'm not gonna list every single item because those are a lot of eyeshadows that I got, but I'm gonna list the eyeshadow sets, the one that came in the set. So they're really, really pretty. I say do not apply flakes to the eyes, because they're not kidding you when they say do not apply to the eyes. Do not really work that well. But other than that, it's a beautiful, beautiful makeup. Well done. Thank you. So as usual, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please give me a subscribe. I upload 3 times a week, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. Do like this video, give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. Let me know if you ever heard of them. It is a small brand, Not a lot of people heard of them. Thanks to my friend Teresa, I got them. So huge thank you to all my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I have a Patreon group, we have Telegram chat, Facebook group and all. So if you guys are interested, the links are all in the description box as well as my social media. So thank you all for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.